Myanmar is once again under brutal military rule. But in a country seemingly controlled by the might of the gun, there are hidden forces at play. A mystical world of potions, spells and rituals where people believed to possess magical abilities can tell fortunes and bring prosperity.
The wazar can help them to gain the power, to gain the authority.
101 East enters the enchanted world of the weizza, the wizards of Myanmar. It's November 2020 in Yangon, Myanmar, just 2 months before the military seized power in a brutal crackdown. We're here to observe a festival to celebrate the full moon. Linyo Thaya has been waiting for this night for months. He's about to gain special powers. This mystical ceremony is taking place at the home of Lin's master, Tin Tun. Tin Tun is training Lin in the magical arts. He tells me Lin has a gift that thousands would envy. He has been chosen to become a wazar, a Myanmar wizard.
Weizza people, a chanting pama, weizza pita. Nyabeku, Madrid leader J, Madrid leader J, Maticaligo. Weizza pit to the Toya Papa, Weizza pit to the Poku the body. That's why we call it. Make them be like Papa to go up. Hold on, to our young Lydia.
In Myanmar, where belief in the supernatural is widespread, many people worship the wazar as part of their daily routine. It's believed they can cure disease and bring riches and good fortune. Tonight's ceremony is jam-packed with mystical practices, including astrological signs, fortune-telling, communicating with spirits, and with wizards. At one point, I'm even invited to join in.
So because I'm born on a Tuesday, I've been asked to take part in this ceremony. They need people born on each day of the week, and I'm leading the ceremony.
The celebrations continue long into the night, with locals coming to make offerings and gain merit. In the early hours of the morning, Lin's big moment finally arrives. Adorned with a white sash, he calls on the moon and the spirits to oversee his graduation to the next level of sorcery. New disciples come to pledge their allegiance. But the night is not yet over for Lin. To harness the power of the full moon, he must take part in one last ritual, a tattoo believed to pass on supernatural protection.
ခေါင်းလေးနဲ့ပုတ်လိုက်တဲ့အတိုင်းမျိုးလေးပဲလောက်ပဲခံစားရတယ်
Tin Tun decides it's time to test whether Lin has gained special protective powers with a machete.
ခေါင်းမို့ဒီနာလေးမောထားတယ်မှာဒီမို့ဒီကုန်းလို့ဒီတော့ကြဒါကြီးကမင်းမျက်နှာထူးမိမှာဆိုလို့မောထားရင်ကောမောထားမကြီးနဲ့
ရှာအဲ့ဒီနေ့မှာကျတော့ဟိုဘယ်လိုခေါင်းစံနဲ့တော့ဟိုလမ်းပြရတော့ဒီအမှန်ပဲမနာကြောအဲ့ဒီနေ့ခောက်လိုက်တဲ့ဟာပုံမှန်ပွဲမှာခုန်နေကြတဲ့ပူဆိုးတယ်ကိုယ်စိတ်ထဲမှာလမ်းပြရရရှိရအောင်ရှိရောဟိုလိုခုန်ခုန်လို့လေစောင်းထရမဲ့ဟာလေးရှိအချို့ဟာတွေလည်းကိုပြစ်ထားတာလေးရှိရအောင်
In Myanmar, even the generals are well known for their superstitious beliefs. They've relied on numerologists, astrologers, and people believed to be wizards to help guide major, sometimes bizarre, decisions. Fearing the country had moved too far to the left politically, on the advice of fortune tellers, the former military leader Ne Win ordered drivers to change from driving on the left side of the road to the right. Astrologers are believed to have influenced the construction of a new capital, and even the change of the country's name, from Burma to Myanmar. I'm visiting Lin at his house on the outskirts of Yangon.
Hi, Lin.
Hi.
This is where he makes spells and charms and tells fortunes. Lin became fascinated by the supernatural when he was just 4 years old, after he was given some tarot cards. He tells me weizza who have achieved enlightenment guide him on his journey to learn magic through dreams and meditation. But to achieve this status takes years of hard work and discipline.
ချို့ကြတော့ဟိုအာဂါသဒိဋ္ဌိကြတော့အများအပြားကဒီအာဂါသနဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့အပိုင်းတွေကျွန်တော်ခုနပြောတဲ့ဇံပိုင်နိုင်တဲ့ဝိဇ္ဇာဆိုရင်ပြန်နိုင်မယ်နေရှိုးနိုင်မယ်နောက်ရေပေါ်မှာလည်းလမ်းလျှောက်ပြနိုင်မယ်
It's believed that each wazar has different talents. Some gain the ability to teleport, while others can turn base metal into gold.
ဟိုဘယ်လိုခေါ်မလဲဆိုတော့လူတော့လူပဲဒါပေမဲ့လူတွေကဟိုဘယ်လိုခေါ်မလဲဆိုတော့ powerful ဖြစ်သွားတဲ့သူတွေအဲ့လိုကလည်းကွယ်ပြားဒါပေမဲ့ဟိုစကားလုံးတစ်လုံးရဝိဇ္ဇာစကားလုံးကိုနိုင်ငံခြားစကားလုံးနဲ့အနည်းဆုံးပြန်မယ်ဆိုတော့ဝိဇ္ဇာကအနည်းဆုံးပဲ
Lin says over the last decade, social media has helped spark interest in the supernatural amongst the young generation.
လေကတော့ဘယ်လိုခေါ်မလဲဆိုအဲ့ကြောင့်ဘယ်လိုခေါ်မလဲဆိုဟိုသူတို့အသိဉာဏ်တွေပိုပွင့်လာတယ်လို့ပဲပြောရမှာပေါ့အဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းမှာဘယ်လိုခေါ်မလဲဆိုလူငယ်တွေကပိုပြီးဒီဝိဇ္ဇာတွေအကြောင်းပိုသိကျင်လာတယ်နောက်မမြင်ရတဲ့လောကတွေအကြောင်းပိုပြီးသိကျင်လာတယ်
Lin is building a prominent profile as a talented fortune teller.
နာမည်ဘယ်လိုခေါ်လဲ
Ali. A-L-I.
And today, he's going to have a go at telling mine.
ဒါပဲလေချက်ပြပြရလား Okay မနှိမ့်နဲ့မတူတာဒီနှစ်ကစိန်ခေါ်မှုတွေအများကြီးကြုံရမှာအဲ့စိန်ခေါ်မှုတွေမှာကောင်းတာတွေလည်းပါတယ်နောက်ဆိုးတာတွေလည်းပါတယ်
A prediction of challenges ahead was not far off the mark. Just 2 weeks later, Myanmar underwent a military coup. The generals arrested anyone they saw as a potential threat to their hold on power. Politicians, protesters, journalists, and fortune tellers. Not even supernatural forces, it seems, could protect Lin.
မင်းလားဟုတ်တယ်ခါကြမယ်နော်ကျွန်တော်ခုပြပြီအကုန်လုံးကျွန်တော်လုံးလုံးရှင်းပြပြီ
Days after the coup, Lin Thayao was detained, taken from his home by police officers at midnight.
ရှင်းပြပြီးတဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းမှာကျွန်တော်ကျင်းလုံးမှုတွေနဲ့ညီပဲလုပ်တယ်
He had posted photos of himself online, performing a ritual he said would destroy the dictators. His arrest sparked outrage. Hundreds defied a strict curfew and spent the night outside the police station, demanding his release. Their pleas were ignored, but Lin's popularity shows the power and influence of those who profess to have magical abilities. Wazar practices are rooted in Buddhism, the dominant religion in Myanmar, and several of those believed to have reached so-called wazar enlightenment are Buddhist monks. Abbot Weizza Tha is proud of his monastery's connection to a famous wazar. Yajo was believed to be gifted in alchemy and making people rich. There are rumors he lived for hundreds of years. Strewn with donations, Yajo's bed is left untouched decades after his death. His body is encased in a golden tomb to protect it from thieves trying to steal his power. It's believed wazar undergo a magical transformation when they die. Weizza Tha tells me Yajo still communicates with the monks here through dreams, and inspired the decision to accommodate some unusual residents. Weizza Tha says people began bringing snakes to the temple.
Oh, wow. You can feel how powerful he is. Hug him. So snakes are thought to have a direct connection to the wazar. They're also thought to be descended from the dragons that you see around the temple. So I'm showing this guy a bit of love. Wazar followers are not only found in Myanmar's temples. Maung Thi is a famous movie director and a former judge on the TV program Myanmar's Got Talent. He believes he has a special connection with one wazar in particular who has given him magic powers. A man thought to have lived during the British colonial era, known as Bowman Gaung.
Bowman Gaung is a wazar.
Before he started practicing, Maung Thi says he led a rebellious life. But then, he says, Bowman Gaung appeared to him in the spiritual town of Popa and set him back on the right path. After consuming a powerful elixir, he believes he was endowed with magical powers. Finally, he says after days without sleep, he relented and agreed to use his powers to heal. He claims to have cured all sorts of diseases.
cancer ရှိတယ် AIDS ရှိတယ်နောက်အယိုးကြီးပေါင်းရှိတယ်လေဖြန်းတာလေဖြတ်တာရှိတယ်နောက်အကြောမတန်တာပေါ့နော်မွေးကလေးကဟိုလမ်းလျှောက်လို့မရတဲ့ကလေးရှိတယ်
These diseases that you mentioned, some of them, HIV, stage 4 cancer, they are impossible or extremely difficult to cure. How can you put your faith in something that is not an exact science? Are you not putting people at risk?
ကိုမစိပညာနားမလဲဥပမာပြောရင်လေဘင်းကင်ဆာသမားကိုထညက်နဲ့စားတိုက်လိုက်ပါကိုလည်းပထမတော့အတော့လဲတော့ပျောက်သွားပေါ့နိုင်ငံခြားရေးပဲတော့ပြန်စင်မရှိတော့ဘူး
There's no evidence to support Maung Thi's claims, and no known cure for AIDS and HIV. Local doctors warn of the dangers of people claiming they can treat these diseases with traditional methods and beliefs. Even so, Maung Thi has other unproven claims. He insists he is protected from COVID-19 and that he can protect others from the virus using arsenic.
ဒီကောင်ကအခုအစင်းနေတယ်ပေါ့ကွာအစိတ်တွေပဲဓာတ်ဆေးတွေပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့ရှိအမောကိုရီတော့မေနဲ့ယူသွားပြီးတော့လိုက်ပြန်လိုက်တော့ယူသွားဟိုခန်းထဲတွေပါတော့ပြန်လူတွေနားတွေအငွေတော့နေတဲ့နေရာတွေပေါ့ကိုလိုက်ပြန်ဒီကနဂါးစိတ်တွေဖြစ်နေတဲ့ခါကျအခုကတ်ဆေးတာနဂါးတွေကတာဝန်ယူထားနဂါးစိတ်တွေဖြစ်နေတဲ့ခါကျတော့
He believes the pandemic is a way of punishing the world for its sins.
ဒါတွေကတော့ကပ်ဖေးဆိုင်တယ်လို့ခေါ်တယ်အဲ့မှာဘာဖြစ်လာလဲဆိုတော့ဒီတက်အားကြီးတဲ့အကုသိုလ်တွေဝင်လာတယ်ဒီဟာတွေပေါ်လာတဲ့အချိန်မှာနတ်တွေဒီလောကပါလာပေါ့လောကဆောင်လျှောက်တဲ့နတ်တွေကတကြီးမခံ
Those who claim they can communicate with the spirits of past wizards are held in high esteem.
Hi, Charlotte. Ali from Al Jazeera.
Hi, Ellie. How are you?
Good, thank you. Hi.
Charlotte Myat says she too can communicate with weizza. She demonstrates her gift through social media and has thousands of followers. Her clients regularly ask for charms, potions, and fortune-telling. She says weizza guide her in making potions, her speciality.
When I make the potion, I summon a weizza. They show me what kind of powders that I should use, what kind of herbs that I have to use.
She sells her potions online. The most popular is her love potion.
If someone wears that kind of potion on their skin, they will be really, really loved. So they will get a lot of money, and that will give them confidence. That's why celebrities and artists, songwriters and singers and actresses and TikTok celebrities, they're trying to get that kind of potion from me.
She's showing me how to make another type of potion.
This potion is only for women, so women can use it so that they can feel powerful. In Myanmar, people think that only men can get that kind of power. But in fact, women can also access that kind of power. By using that potion, they can get more confidence in their daily life.
Charlotte believes weizza showed her this recipe because they believe in equality.
In the weizza world, there is no discrimination against gender. That's why weizza want to encourage women. That's why they're trying to give that kind of potion as well.
A present for me, thank you so much. So this is going to make me powerful.
Charlotte says she first saw a weizza when she was just 7 years old. Her mum can also communicate with them.
In my family, in my ancestors, some people practice weizza. We believe that they became weizza after that. That's why in our family we can communicate with them very easily.
But her gift comes at a price. She tells me that every person has to make a sacrifice in order to strengthen their power. And for her, it's a big one.
For me, I can marry. If I get married with someone, my power will be lost. So this is the first commitment. It's like I must be single, I must be virgin. When you're trying to communicate with weizza, you must be pure. Not only the spiritual part, but also the physical part as much as you can.
Charlotte tells me she had wanted a normal life, but came to realize she had a duty to help people. Today, she is treating a woman who believes someone may be using black magic to hurt her, causing pain and swelling in her arm. At first, the woman's boyfriend didn't believe in weizza, but he was converted after a session with Charlotte led him to fortune and success in work. Now he's a regular. Charlotte's clients come from all walks of life, from ordinary people to powerful politicians.
A lot of people in Myanmar are trying to follow weizza so that they can get the benefit from weizza. That's why people from above, like politicians, artists, and military officers, every type of Myanmar people believe in that. A lot of politicians, even ministers, they try to come and talk to me.
But Charlotte tells me weizza hate lies and immorality, so their visits don't always work.
Some politicians do not deserve it. No weizza came to them. I'm trying to summon the weizza, but nobody show up. If weizza think politicians are corrupted, they will not help.
Since the military coup, the army has been accused of arresting, torturing and killing thousands of people. Charlotte says she's now refusing to help anyone connected to the military, but others are not so discerning. The Commander-in-Chief Min Aung Hlaing is believed to be a devout follower of an astrologer monk and weizza practitioner who reportedly advised him to shoot protesters in the head. Charlotte has now gone into hiding, but she manages to send me a message of resistance.
We do a lot of campaigns counter-attacking the spiritual, supernatural beliefs of military governments. It is what we call spiritual revolution.
Those involved in this spiritual resistance have been exploiting a superstitious belief that men can be weakened by women's clothing. During the crackdown, they encouraged protesters to hang skirts and underwear on the streets.
The soldiers, if they go under the garment, they think that they are masculine energy, they are masculine power, where they lesser, and they could be in the terrible danger in the future. So as to the result, they didn't dare enter the street, so we can delay the march of the soldiers. That is the superstitious nature, the superstitious actions of military dictators.
Charlotte says her spiritual campaigns have successfully intimidated the military, but she says she's now wanted and has been told there's a warrant out for her arrest.
Under the military coup, under the dictator, without democracy, no one is safe. Nowhere is safe. And I'm not in the safe place yet.
The crackdown has forced many in the supernatural world underground. At least 3 fortune tellers remain behind bars, including Lin Yo Thaya, the young wizard who tried to cast a spell to reverse the coup. He's been sentenced to 2 years in prison for incitement. The power of the weizza may not have saved their followers from the might of the military, but the threat of their abilities and their influence scares the generals in a way very little else can.